Welcome to Brand Builders TV. Deep dive topics, tools and resources brought to you by global thought leaders from within the Brand Builders Club. This show gives you access to the strategies that you can use to move forward with ease and flow in every area of your life and business. In today's show, Fiona is going to share hints, tips and tricks for reclaiming you. Are you compromising your needs and your health for an easy life? Well, let's spend a bit of time today and focus on setting you up to do more than just survive. Learn it, model it and get shit done. Let's go.
Hello, good morning, afternoon or indeed evening, whatever time of day you are watching this. This is Brand Builders TV and my name is Fiona Dilston and I am here this morning to ask you, where did your oomph go? Who did you give it to? What was going on? I want to talk this morning, or indeed whatever time of the day it is for you, about compromise and where we compromise ourselves in order to fit in, for acceptance, because we don't feel very secure in ourselves. Yeah, I feel that, no, not feel, I know that I've previously often felt that other people have known better than me. And I have memories of being in a house share 25 years ago, possibly even more than 25 years ago, and knowing that I did not function well on cow's milk, and somebody else going, oh, you don't want to be having that other stuff, you don't know what's good for you. And there is this creeping doubt that we get, this creeping doubt, this, do I really know? And I think it's very, very common. And this creeping doubt is where we lose that sense of ourselves. We question ourselves, we look outside for answers when we've got bloody good answers inside ourselves. And we have this feeling of, what if I fail? And I want to say, what if you fly? I want to say, so what? We need to take that risk. Hi Mark, it's really good that you're here. We need to take that risk of failing, to take that risk of getting it wrong. Because when we are small children, we don't care. We don't care when we first put a crayon on a piece of paper, when we're learning to walk. We just give it a go. And yes, you know, we will look up to other people and say, excuse me, Mum, excuse me, Dad, excuse me, Mr. Whoever, Mrs. Whoever in the classroom. And that's great as we learn as children. But there comes a point where, yeah, you know, be safe, but don't play safe so much that you lose a sense of yourself. We do play safe far too much. And we listen to those who will say, it didn't work for me. I didn't do that. I couldn't do that. And I can remember, nearly 20 years ago when I started training as a homeopath, and a very dear friend of mine saying, you're a single parent. You're not earning a lot. How can you risk doing that? I wouldn't do it. And I love this person dearly, but this person is not me. And this ties in with people pleasing that I bang on about all of the time. And I'm going to tell you about a dream I had where, and this is quite recently, where there were two women who have been quite significant in my life. These have been very good friends, and in the dream they were morphing together as someone who was almost holding me back. And I was like looking, observing. Then I looked slightly further afield, and lo and behold, there was somebody who'd been my homeopath 20 years ago or so, or further back, and she was going, just come out of there. We need to find the people who are a step in front of us, who will say, come out of there. Who will say, step forward, come on. Stop compromising. Stop listening to somebody else and their views and their opinions, because what works for them doesn't work for you. And this really, really, really is epitomised in homeopathy. When somebody comes to me and they say, I have got a pain in my leg, I have got headaches, I have got stomach upsets. I want to work with the individual, not with the idea. And it's bringing it back to the person, really listening to the person, really listening to yourself. What do I want? Why is somebody else's view, somebody else's opinion, somebody else's experiences right and mine is not? Why do I keep doubting myself? And I know that I am not the only one who has been through that. And, we've got platitudes, we've got phrases, we've got the who are you not to be amazing, Marianne Williamson or Nelson Mandela, whichever one you subscribe to. And I want to say to you, bring your energy inside for a moment and listen to those voices around you. Have they done what you want to do? Have they done self-employment? Have they invested in themselves, studied something, decided to be an entrepreneur? If they haven't, start questioning. Start really, really, really questioning. Because opinions, everybody's got one. And a lot of people, particularly at the moment, start getting very, very frightened. This planet is not an easy place to be on. So I urge you to choose the company that you keep. Remember that we interact with people. We feel stuff. Certain people make you feel good. Other people make you feel not so good. Some people, there's just like, oh, that's fine. I don't have any real preference, feeling whatsoever. But what I want to look at is spending a bit of time on you, focusing on you, you listening to what you think, what you feel, what you want. And I urge you to find your inspirers rather than your deflators. Because how would it be if a child was told, you'll never ride a bike? You'll never do that. You're not capable. You're not able. When physically, mentally, emotionally, they were more than capable. I want you to really think about when you are talking with others and what you say. Try to, without being hoppity-skippity Pollyanna, try to be positive. Try to encourage, to suggest. It's like Pooh Bear. If you haven't got something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Obviously, if you know that somebody is on the edge of getting pulled into a scam or something, pull them back. But observe. Don't immediately assume that because something is out with your remit, that it's out with somebody else's. I've had a lifetime of feeling like I had to play it small. I've done stuff against the odds. I did part-time degree while I was working full-time. My degree was not celebrated by a single family member. My grandmother did not mention it at all because there was another family member who had not managed to complete his education, and she was taking care of his mental health. And for me to succeed would have emasculated him. And oh dear, there's a level of taking care of people, but there's also a level of you have room to have a kind word, a good word for everybody. Just take a few minutes and think about what's going on for you. You need to be the best that you can be for you. When you are the best that you can be, then you can do stuff for other people. Doing the self-denial shit of, oh, I won't go and have a massage. I won't go and see my therapist. I won't spend an extra £5 and have better food in the shops. It's the need to value yourself. The need to be saying, I will cook something really good for myself. How much better does home cooked food feel than something out of a packet, something quick? Sometimes there are things out of the packet that are quick that do the job, but we are in it for the long haul with ourselves. We've got to really, really, really take care of ourselves in order to get this oomph back. And that means downtime. That means saying, yes, I will make time for myself. Yes, I will make life easier for myself. If I can, I batch cook so that if I have a day where I'm stupidly busy, where I know I've got a full day, I can then pull something out of the freezer. Doesn't work for everybody, but it's doing stuff for you instead of giving out, listening to somebody, listening to other people's opinions. It's like, what works for me? Because it's very, very easy when you are a sensitive person to think, I've got to do it that way. I've got to make it work that way. And you've got to do what works for you. People can give you ideas, but stay in your own lane while watching what the other traffic's doing, because you may learn something. But I want you just to sort of come in to that core of yourself, that inner wisdom that we've all got. We might have had it crushed. We might not have had it acknowledged. We might have been told, going and studying for a qualification is crap. We may be working in a field, as I am, where there's a lot of judgment, where it's like, what you're doing's got no scientific whatever. What you're doing is a load of woo. It works for a lot of people. And there's room for lots of options. And we need those options, because increasingly this medical model, this allopathic model, it doesn't work for everybody. And it may work in the short term, but we're looking at ways of finding ourselves so we can move forward. And aha moments, dreams, like I mentioned, where you're being told, get out of there. Get out of that place where you are compromising, where you are listening to somebody else's views, where you are eating food that makes you feel like shit, where you are washing your laundry in detergents that make you cough, where you are sitting down and watching shit on TV that makes you feel like rubbish. I urge you to try saying no. I urge you to stop putting that oomph out and maybe getting pissed off at the news and just turn it off. Have that energy for you. Because when we get angry at something, we get fired up. How would it be to have that fire for you? How would it be to be able to go, right, I'm moving this forward, I'm driving this forward, I'm doing this for me. The stronger you become, the more you've got to give. The stronger you become, the more you can do. The stronger you become, the more you can learn. Because you've got the energy to stay awake. Looking outwards, there's so much. Looking inwards, there's you. There may be things you don't like too much when you look inwards. But believe you me, everybody's got shit about themselves that they're maybe not proud of, that they don't feel good about. Everybody as well has stuff they have not released yet. Stuff they've held back on. Because we continue to learn, we continue to grow, we continue to expand. And I want you to think about something that you can share today. Think about something you can just put out there that is permission giving. And give yourself permission as well. Permission to do stuff that makes you feel good. You know, if somebody says, oh, you're wasting your money because you've got a crystal collection, it's none of their business. It might be their business if you were in a partnership and racking up credit card debt, or you were buying loads of stuff and your kids couldn't afford to eat. But those are extremes. I tend to always look at extremes because I question myself. And I have seen extremes. I don't think I've particularly done extremes, but I have seen those extremes. So bring that energy back to you. Just tune into your heart centre for a moment. Just cross your hands and have a little think. What am I not doing yet for myself that I can do that will make a difference? And it might be as simple as making sure you are drinking enough water. It might be as simple as gradually beginning to change your diet. Think about just adding an extra portion of vegetables in each day. Little things, silly things, and what you may have to do, this is why I mentioned tricks, is doing things undercover, doing things without looking outwards and asking for permission. Give yourself permission. It's epic, it's huge, it's necessary. Give yourself permission to cheat, to go, right, okay, I've been told X, Y, and Z, but I'm going to do something different. Maybe cheat was the wrong word. I'm going to do what makes me feel good. I'm going to do something for me, for the long term, for the long haul. What can you put in place? I'd love to hear from you. My name's Fiona Dilston, and you can get hold of me through Brand Builders TV, or you can get hold of me on Facebook or on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear from you. This is Brand Builders TV, and I am delighted to have been able to present today. Thank you very much, and I will be back next week.
I hope that you've enjoyed the show today as much as we've enjoyed making it for you. If you've got anything out of this episode, please do tell someone else how they can subscribe to the Brand Builders TV channel at youtube.com/Brand Builders TV. Why not join us at our next Brand Builders Thinkubator, a global mastermind that we run every week to take away the loneliness of being in business on your own. For more information and to book your place, visit light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. That's light.brandbuilders.club/Thinkubator. Until next time, be the ripple that you wish to see in the world, and we'll see you soon.